Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory 2 with yours truly, GDIKezr. How's it going, guys? Hopefully pretty damn good. Now, full disclosure here, guys, I actually already recorded an episode in between the previous episode that you will have seen and this episode, but OBS, my recording software, crashed and ruined my file, and it was all a bit obnoxious and irritating. I've also recorded this bit, the introduction to it, but my audio bugged. I didn't record that either. So it's been going quite well for me lately, to be honest. Anyway, we'll have a quick look at what we did in between the previous episode and this episode, the one that got corrupted. Whoops, I just fell in the fountain there. Basically, we have been continuing on with our whole idea of progressing with the achievement book. And in order to do that, we have started our 1k by 1k, 1000 block by 1000 block Ender Quarry here in the Deep Dark. Let's go and take a look at it. Actually, interested to see how far it's got by now, because it's been a little while, because we've been doing some other stuff as well. Where's that? I just fell past something, didn't I? No? Maybe not. Just my imagination. Okay, so the Ender Quarry is at 0, 0. Just look how big this is, guys. This was the area of the Deep Dark that we'd explored previously. This is the Ender Quarry. It's much bigger than the actual area that we had explored up until then. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's go and have a look and see how it's doing. I think it should still be getting power and stuff. Where is it? Nearly there. Oh, there it is. Awesome. So we're running with the Fortune 3 upgrade and the Speed 3. What are you on now? 90,461 blocks scanned. Yeah, it's getting there. We also increased the amount of farming stations that we got. We now have 13 I think we have now, which is pretty cool. They're all maxed out. They don't have any growth pulses on them at the moment. Most of them are growing magical crops stuff, as you would probably expect, except for the one that we already had that's growing wheat for the cow power farm. So yeah, that's basically what we did in the previous episode. We got all of that sorted, and yeah, what else did we do? Didn't really do a lot else. In the episode that is going to be this episode, which just sounds completely obscure to say, we were working on the whole automated Moo Fluid production. So let's take a look at what we did regarding that. So we've got, where are my Moo Fluid cows? These are all Moo Fluid cows. We've got some pretty cool ones. I'm not quite sure how we're going to set up the actual automated milking system just yet. I think we need to use autonomous activators, but I'm going to need to have a little bit of a think about how we're going to do that. It shouldn't be too difficult. Hey, let me through the hole. Haha, that's what he said. I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So that's basically what we did last episode. We also had a quick look at the Moo Fluid cows, which you can take a look at them in a minute anyway. So, not too big a deal. We've got a few favourite ones of mine. We've got a gelid cryotheum Moo Fluid cow, which is going to be useful because we're going to need to do some stuff with gelid cryotheum. We've also got a blazing pyrotheum one. We've got a couple of resonant ender ones, which is going to be quite useful, even though we can just melt them down fairly easily. The other thing that we need to do today, apart from that, is set up an auto crafting system for endstone, because we want to get into the whole draconic evolution stuff, and you can make endstone. Yeah, we want to get into the whole draconic evolution stuff, right? So we want to make endstone, and we can make endstone by using smooth stone and enderman essence. We have a lot of smooth stone at the moment, that's not an issue. But then this needs to be pulverised, so we get crushed end stone, and then we can put it through a automatic sieve, and we can get draconium ore with a 4% chance, which is pretty good. I mean, we will get some obviously from our Ender Quarry, but we need a lot of it. I don't know how much we've got at the moment. We got some, I know. We got 48 draconium ore blocks because we had the last Ender Quarry we had was running with Silk Touch. We got 196 dust. I don't know exactly how many we need, but we need quite a few. I'm fairly certain. I also did a little bit of number crunching on some of the power things. Because if you remember, we got a couple of challenges to. One of them's to fill a resonant energy cell with Stirling generators in 3 minutes. There we go. And I kind of worked out we're going to need 278 Stirling generators with octadic capacitors to be able to do that. But we have a what would you call it? Kind of our limiting factor will be the resonant energy conduits. These dudes here, the ones that we've been using. Where are they? Resonant energy conduits. Is that not what it's called? I thought that's what it's called. Energy conduit. I mean, it's called an Ender energy conduit. Yeah, these. Now the highest ones from Ender IO, but they have a maximum of 20,480 RF per tick. Even if I think we can put more than one thing into the actual energy cell, but still we're going to need more, so we'll need to make the cryo-stabilised, let's have a look, cryo-stabilised flux ducts from thermodynamics, and that's kind of useful because we need the gelid cryothium, and we have a gelid cryothium cow, which is pretty cool. But we are probably going to want to try and get some blizzes at some point, because that's the best way to get. Oh, we can make blizz seeds. Ooh, I didn't realise that. Ooh, I literally just clicked on that and I had no idea about that. Okay, so our best thing I think to do then is to try and get 4 blizz rods. Now I know they can spawn. They spawn in cold biomes. If we use a blaze spawner, I think they will spawn from there, but not like all the time. So that might be something that we want to do. I'm not sure if we'll get to that today. We'll see how involved it gets with the whole milking thing. I think we'll probably do it in the last millennium, I would think. We've got lots of animals spawning now. We got witches and hobgoblins and shit in our Thaumium and our Thaumcraft base. You chill out there, Ender Dragon. I should name him, actually. I never thought about doing that yet. Just want to check over here, see if we have any more Moo Fluid cows, but probably not. They spawn in herds if they spawn at all, it seems like. Though I have had just one spawn in the Thaumcraft base. Yeah, I extended this whole area because they're the only passive mob that can spawn in deep ocean biomes. Anyway, let's. I think the best thing to do now is I'll start to get together some stuff to make autonomous activators and stuff, and I'll see you in a second. I'll also probably build a little platform in the last millennium, and I'll meet you back there. See you in a sec. Hey there, pig. Well, hello again, guys, and I have built this whole big thing here. Let's take a look. So this is going to be our automatic milking system, and this bit here took a long time to set up. I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do it, but when I first introduced the cows, it would milk them and then the fluid would go into multiple drums, so that was a bit of an issue. So I just went through and we just whitelisted certain fluids, so when these drums eventually get filled up, we can just replace them with a different drum in the same position. It should be fine. We might replace them with bedrockium drums eventually. They've all got like one bucket in, except for this one. This one's got loads. It's got like 20 and a bit buckets. So let's take a look at what fluid cows we've got. We've got a lot of different types. I basically have this set up so that we can just add more and more types of cow really easily, so it won't be an issue if you find more different types of fluid cow. There are a lot. I think we got 30 something, 34 or something different varieties. So I might speed this up a little bit. We'll see, depending on how long it takes. Yeah, it's pretty cool little system, I think. I've got the 3 autonomous activators there because I wanted to make sure that we could get all of the fluid cows milked. I say milked, but actually most of them aren't milked. But I essentially wanted to be able to handle all of the fluid cows if they all get bunched up, because some of them will obviously try and walk against the conveyor belt. Some of them will walk in the direction of the conveyor belt, and they won't be as evenly spaced as this towards the end of it. But I think it's a pretty stable system as far as I can see. I've not had any issues with it so far about them getting stuck or anything. As I said, sometimes they'll try and walk against it, but there's not a lot that I can do about that. But it's going to be a pretty good way of getting resources. We've got some real nice fluid cows, in fact. Some that are going to be incredibly useful. This one's probably my favourite, the gelid cryothium one, because we need that for the cryo-stabilised flux ducts for our whole filling up a resonant ender energy cell in 3 minutes thing. So that's going to be a pretty useful source of it. I forget how much. Whoops, nearly. I forget how much gelid. That's all of them. I forget how much gelid cryothium each cryo-stabilised one is. Let's have a quick look. I think it's only at 400 or something. 500. Okay, so it's half a bucket. But it is only 1 per. So we need 1 bucket to do. 1 bucket will do 2 sets. Right, let's check that this is all working. It should be. You're all working. And the thing is, we've got the item duct, so this has got empty buckets blacklisted, so it won't take empty buckets out, but it will take the full ones. The full ones are going to this fluid transposer, which has been properly pimped out with all the things, obviously, because we're just like that. This one's got whitelisted empty buckets, which will put them back into here, so it should be a self-sustaining system. Well, that's the plan, at least. Yeah, I think it should work fine. The other ones are just there as backup, really, just in case we can't get them all with the first one. But it looks like it's not really doing a lot, so I think the first one can pretty much cope. As far as I can see, anyway. We've got all of these different types, which is pretty cool. It's going to generate resources quite quickly as well, I think. By the time they've gone around one, what do you call it, rotation of the system, I suppose, their cooldowns expired, I think, from the looks of things. Hey, you didn't get milked. What happened to you? You didn't get milked. Why aren't these guys getting milked? What's going on? Let's take a look at this. Or unless it's just being laggy. It might just be being laggy. Let's check. Let's have a look at the gelid cryothium one. Yeah, I think it did get milked, actually. 0 ticks. Interesting. I might have to take another look at that. Okay, guys, and we're back. And I managed to fix the whole milking thing. I I'm not entirely sure that there was actually a problem with it. I think there was just some lag, because it turned out we had so many entities over here, it started to lag everything. We had over 1,000 entities in this area. So, yeah. I had to go and kill some cows and stuff. But whilst I was doing this, I had a bit of a mishap. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it on camera. I messed up with one of my autonomous activators and accidentally poured a big bucket of steel, I think it was silver actually, on several of our fluid cows, unfortunately, so we lost a few. I don't know what ones have survived and what ones haven't. Some of them are just injured. And we still have the jelly Cryothium one, that's awesome. That's the one that I was mainly concerned about, but we've definitely lost a few. But I'm sure we can get some more. Anyway, I essentially just added a whole load more autonomous activators and stuff, and a whole load more pimped out fluid transposers. They've all got the super duper upgrades, and everything should be working quite well. We can replace these, as I said, with bedrockium drums as and when we want to. I don't know how much. Whilst we're here, well, we're not actually here, but I think we should probably go and check and see how our cobble generator's doing. So I've not actually checked that in quite a long time. We'll probably have some more octuple compressed by now, I would have thought, which we can make into a bedrockium block. Let's go and have a look. It's definitely worth doing, I think. There's like 30 odd different types of fluid though, so we would need a lot before we can replace them all. But I'm not sure which cows survived and which ones didn't. Let's have a look in here. How are we doing? Oh, we got 4. So that's 4 blocks. We're kind of on our way to the next one as well, which is pretty cool. Right, let's see how much bedrockium does one thing take. I think it takes 6. So let's just double check. Wow, my ME system's getting full, and it's getting full of all the bytes, not item types anymore. Jeez, that's ridiculous. I think we've got over 1 million Enderium seeds, so that's probably something which is kind of taking up quite a bit of space. But if we want to link our whole system here, we can use the quantum bridge, which we need singularities for. And for that, I think you need 1 million of one item. Whoa, heavy. Right, let's break these dudes up. So we'll have 36 bedrockium ingots. How much is a bedrockium drum? Bedrockium drum. We need 6 per. Okay, and that holds 65,536 buckets. Okay, that's quite a lot of buckets. Let's see how many we can make. We probably won't actually replace them with it now. I might wait until we've got all of it, but I don't think we're going to want it really for much else. I'll just make a stack of pressure plates, why not? Doesn't really matter. It's not like rehearsing on gold or anything. Whoops, I didn't mean to make 2 stacks of cauldrons though, but never mind. They're actually useful for Thaumcraft stuff, I think. Right, how many can we make? We can make 6. Okay. So not very many, but we'll keep those in there for now. Let's have a quick look at our XP one as well, actually, whilst we're here. I'm not sure how much. Is it still down here? Did I leave it down here? Yeah, I did. How much have you got in you? Oh, we're at 11,805,000. We're definitely going to fill this with experience. We're like, well, we're about 1/6 of the way. Yeah, we're about 1/6 of the way there, I think, aren't we? If my math serves, which is a big if. Anyway, yeah, I think we'll actually leave it there for today, because that took a long time. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe and stuff like that. I think next episode we'll probably work on automating the loot bags, because I really want the Ender IO alloys from it, because it's easier than actually making them. Not a question of resources, just a question of ease of use, I think. Don't know what else we'll be doing next time. Anyway, check in and find out. Right, I'll see you all in the next episode, guys. Cheery ho!